Hi everyone. Good morning, guys, all of you. Am I audible? Okay, right. And in the last class, we discussed about multiple row subqueries, and in this, any all in operators how it was working. We discussed. Okay. Now the next one is called as here multiple column subquery. Okay. In this multiple column subquery, okay, carefully observe. It is multiple. Okay, column subquery means in the previous examples in single row subquery and multiple row subqueries. Can you see here? Okay, now the salary is greater than all salaries greater than any. Yes or no? Any example you can see everywhere we are going to be using only single column comparisons return. So inner query, okay, this is outer query now. So outer query, okay, outer query conditional column. And you can see in the inner query also, inner query conditional column. So a single column values are comparing here. Okay. A single column values of inner query comparing with the single column values of outer queries. So here one query, one column comparisons are happening. Previous any example, once you just go to identify. So in only single column we used there, and we are comparing single column values. Okay, now, but when we use, okay, then it is called as a multiple column subquery. So in this previous whatever we discussed, these are all examples. Once yourself you can go and identify. In these all examples, we are discussing only single columns. Okay, in single row subquery as well as multiple row subqueries, you can see everywhere we are comparing only one column values only. Okay. Come to multiple column subquery, sir. Okay, how it was working means the definition of this. Okay, multiple columns values of inner query comparing with the multiple columns values of outer query. Okay, na? So this is multiple columns. Let me go some examples on this, how we can go to work. And before that, I want to give the syntax how we can use this. Okay, so select star from table name, and we are sending where offer. So here number of columns. So how many columns you want it? The column in offer. Okay, select here also the same columns, column number 1, column number 2, and so on. And okay, na? So if you wanted condition, you can go to condition. So this is what no syntax, and in the syntax, if you want to carefully identify here. So what is here? The here how many columns you want to take here? Same as the outer query where condition is also same number of columns here. So this kind of comparisons are called as what now? Multiple column subqueries we called. Okay. Now let me go and check it out one example here. To display employees. Okay. So whose job, comma MGR. So job is one column, MGR manager is one column. Whose job, comma MGR are same as the job, comma, MGR the employee of the employee Scott, for example. Let it out. Is it okay or not? Okay, so now EMP table, and what I'm saying here, okay, Scott job is and list, and MGR is also 7566. And is there any other person job and MGR is matching with the Scott? Is there anybody is there like this, guys? Come on. Have anybody like this here? Same thing is matching with your Scott. Yes. So one more step. Who is this here? Fraud. The fraud job, okay, same as and manager. So these are matching here. These are matching here. So the two columns here we need to comparison now. Okay, now right. So now I'm going to write in here. So how from EMP where? So in this where condition, we need to write multiple columns. Job, comma, MGR. Okay, now in offer. And how many columns, that means which columns we are comparing here, same column should be selected in my inner query also. MGR from EMP. So where what we can say, E name is equals to Scott. E name is equals to what now? This is another. Got it my point now? So now what I'm going to do here, the Scott employee, whatever the job and manager we are going to be taking now. And these two columns values I'm comparing with the job, comma, MGR column values of all employees. And which employee job MGR is matching with the Scott job and MGR? The person details are we are going to be retrieval now. Okay. Now we can see if I then you can observe now. So employees Scott same job here the people. Okay now. Here the people same job here. Job is same now. And their MGR number is also same. Okay. So this is one example, guys, here. The multiple columns, how it was comparing here. Okay. How it was comparing multiple columns values. So same mechanism, but here in okay. No? And if you want to see inner query, how it was working. So for example, first I want to write inner query. Okay. This is my inner query. If I want to write where E name is equals to Scott, then two columns values will be written. So that means whatever the result was there here, this result will be showing as okay, this result will be showing as how many columns here? There are two columns wise the result was showing us. There are two columns wise the result will be showing us. Okay. So previously what will call is or multiple rows so single column values only be taken out. Okay. But here multiple columns wise we comparing like this. Okay. And now, so now what it was happened, this is one thing. This is the way the multiple column subqueries how to write. Okay, and the thing is this syntax compulsory follow it. Okay, this is our syntax, main syntax here. Okay, the syntax can carefully observe. In the same pattern, one more example that we go for this. To display employees. Okay, so who's 1 second, I just take my table. Okay, right. Whose MGR, whose MGR, comma, salaries are same as, okay, the M the employee of the employee. So, for example, Martin. So, Martin is there like, okay, Martin. Now you can see same as here. Come back and see this. The Martin information you can see first. Martin MGR number 7698. Their salary 1250. Kind of the persons, anybody's there or not, you can check. So Ellen is also there 7698. Adams is also there 7698. Next, Turner is also there 7698. Next, James is also there 7698. So these are the matching of MGR. But I'm saying what now here, not only MGR. So I want to compare with the salary also. But this is not our condition matching. So Adams, I'm asking 1250. So this condition is matching us. Next, this guy was 1500. This condition also not matching. And 950, this is also not matching. So that means as per our requirement, who will be matched here? Only Adams. Who will be matched here? Only Adams. So Adams is only the person he will be matching us. Okay, now? Right. So now I'm going to write in here. Select star from EMP where, and here I will take it out. So MGR comma salary. Okay, in operator, the select the same columns you should take it out. MGR comma salary from EMP. So where E name, okay, no? Where E name is equals to the name is what now here Martin. So now this is what the same MGR number, whatever it was, and same salary, it will be matching us. Okay, right. So like multiple columns means what now? When you need to compare with your multiple columns values of inner query, when comparing with multiple columns values of outer query, so there we required multiple columns to be used. Otherwise, not necessary here. Okay, now, right. So that means when your requirement is not a single column comparison by using of single row, by using of multiple row, if our requirements are not fulfilled, then you need to go for compare multiple columns. Okay, in that particular situation only we can use multiple columns, but regularly multiple columns are very rare cases the people are using. Okay, na? So when we want to use here multiple columns means, suppose when our requirement is not fulfilled, to comparing of single column values by using single row, by using then you have to compare multiple columns. Okay, na? So that kind of situations, very rare cases we will be faced. And at that time, this is another alternative mechanism to comparing more than one column values. Okay, right. And the next one, this is very somewhat important for you guys here. Okay, inline view subqueries. So what is inline view subquery? And basically inline view subqueries are in which kind of situations I can use this inline view in my database application. Okay, now, right. So first of all, inline view, the definition carefully observed. So generally, all of you know this. Okay, the syntax of select query. Okay, so we have a select query statement. The command or query was there. Can you tell me, guys, here, select this query? The syntax is what now? What is the syntax of select command? Come on. Yes, select. So that is our select query statement. Okay, now select star from, just here I'm passing table name. This is a normal select statement. This is a normal select statement. Okay, now. So inline view query, when and how we can define inline view subquery means, here can you see in your table name, this is your table name, right? So in place of table name, I'm going to writing, okay, I'm writing what now? Subquery statement in place of table name. So whenever we are user, that means when we are providing one more select statement in place of table name, then we called as a inline view subquery. Okay, so what I'm saying here, carefully observe. Now we just come back here. In place of table name, in place of table name, in place of table name, we are providing, okay, now we are providing a select query in place of table name in select statement is known as inline view subquery. Okay, now otherwise another definition also saying that. What is the definition? Okay, providing a select query under, providing a select query under a from class, providing a from class. Okay, now so that is also, so here from is my clause here. After this class, immediately I'm writing one more select statement. Okay, so then we called as a inline view. We called it. So that means here we can define two ways. We can define. Okay, now you can define into two ways now. So what is that here? Providing a select query, providing now check out guys here. The voice is now clear. Check out now. Now it is okay. Now clear now. Check it out, all of you. Now check it out, all of you. Clear now. Okay, okay. Right. So now we can see providing a select query, providing a select query, select query in place of, in place of table name, in place of table name in select statement, in place of, okay, select in place of table name in select statement. So is called as line view subquery, is called as inline view. So another definition is what now? Okay, we will give it another definition here. What is another definition now? Okay, providing a select query in from class, in from class. So is called as inline. Okay, so because here you can see the from class after we are going to be providing your subquery statement. So this is from class. So providing select query in from class. Okay, so even though we called as here inline view, we called. And now carefully observe in this inline view. So inline view is also comes under non-correlated subqueries that already we know in that one of the type here. So non-correlated subqueries, what we discussed first going to be executed and it was giving some result, some values. So inline view also first which query? This is outer query. Okay, now careful observe. So first which query means this is outer query up to here, and this is inner query. This is inner, this is outer. Okay, now so here also first inner query execute. Understand now? First inner query execute, then after outer query. But here in this inline view will act as a table for outer query. Okay, this point carefully observed, then you can understand this mechanism. Okay, so whatever the inner query is there, this inner query returns some result, some values. So this result will act as a table for whom for outer query. Okay, now for who this point clear now? Inner query result will act as a table for outer query. Okay, now we can see. So what again I'm saying here? Carefully observe. What again I'm saying here? Carefully observe here. So this is inner query. It executed first. It giving some result. It giving some result. So this result, this is a result. This is a result. What I'm saying here, it will be working and acting as a table for outer query. In outer query, how it was executed? Select star from. This is the table. Understand now? Select a star from. This is the table, and from the table, it was retrieving your final data. From the table, it was retrieving the final data. Okay, now? So carefully observe. So inner query result will acting as table for this table. Select star from the table name. Okay, now select a star from table name, and inner query result will go to acting as a table. From this table, your outer query will performing on this result of inner query data, and from this final output will be returns. It was giving what now? Final output. Okay, so all of you clear this statement? First tell me, all of you clear this statement? Okay, now right. So this is the way inline view it was working. Okay, right. Let me go. This is definition, and what I'm saying here finally, your one point should be remember. Note. What is the note point here? The result of inner query. The result of inner query will act as a table for outer query. Will act as a table for outer query. Okay, now this point should be always keep in your mind. Okay, then you can easily understand. Now, okay, sir, definition understand it here. Syntax okay, and internally what it was happen that we understand. But in which cases? In which cases I want to use this inline view? Two cases are there, guys. Here, there are two cases. One is, let me come out and see. Okay, so the point is what now? So generally, subquery is not allowed. Subquery is not allowed. Call alias name. Subquery is not allowed. Column alias name under where clause condition. Under where clause condition. So generally, what it was happen when we are trying to use column alias name. Here I'm not using column name. Column alias name. So when I'm trying to use column alias name, okay, alias name under where clause condition. If I use column alias name, okay, now so then that will be not supported actually. That will not accepted by subquery. If you use like this, it was showing some error. Okay, na? So what we want to do to overcome this problem, to overcome, to overcome this problem, okay, and and allowed and allowed column under where clause condition, okay, to overcome this problem and allowed column alias name under where clause condition. So then we use which technique? Inline viewer technique or mechanism. Okay, na? So in that cases, you can use it. This is one thing it's going to be happen, guys. Okay. Now, so now carefully observe. Write a query, write a query to display employees, to display employees whose annual salary, whose annual salary is more than 25,000. Okay, the mechanism understand now? Is more than 25,000. So those employees I need to display. Okay, right. Let me come out and see. First of all, I just call my table. Okay, this is EMP is my table. So in this table, carefully observe. So you have your salaries. Okay, the employee salaries are there. But what I need to find out here, I want to find out my employees whose and not salary. Annual salaries are more than 25,000. So first, what I need to do, I need to find out here. Okay, I need to find out what it is here. Annual salary, I need to find out first. Annual salary, I need to find out first. Okay, now, right. So how to calculate annual salary? Come on, guys. How we want to calculate annual salary? Yes, salary into 12. Salary into 12. So we need to calculate our annual salary. Okay, right. So now I'm writing now. Now I'm writing now. Select. Okay, I'm using carefully observe. Employee name, comma salary. Salary into 12 months. And here I will create one and sal. Here and sal means what? Alias name. It is a column alias name. Okay, it is a column alias name. Okay. From EMP table where now you can see my column alias name I'm using and sal. So column alias name I'm using under where clause condition I'm using. Okay. So and sal which is greater than 25,000 I said. So now tell me guys here in my where clause condition we are using and salary alias name now. Yes or no? You applied alias name under where clause condition or not? Yes. Okay now. So I'm using column alias name under where class. Okay. But what it was showing error. It was showing error. Okay now. So it is not allowed. So to overcome this problem, actually, to overcome this problem, and I want to use my column alias names under where class condition. Okay, then how I can overcome this problem means that, so there we required a inline view subquery statement. There we require what now? Inline view subquery alias names I said. Got it my point now? So inline view subquery I'm writing. How to write inline view subquery? Carefully observe. Select star from offer. Select ename sal into 12 as a and sal. Okay, from EMP table. Okay, now. So already, if inner query first executed, when inner by name, salary, and annual salary will display. That means, for example, you can say. So I want to write employee name, salary into 12, and I'm using and sal from EMP. This is inner query, right? Suppose my inner query executed. So inner query executed means inner query is going to be giving some result. So this is called an inner query result. Carefully observe. This is called as what now? Inner query result. This one. But this result is look like a table now. Yes or no? Table now? Yes. So it's look like a table. So what I'm saying here, this table, whatever the table or else this result will act as a table for outer query. So act as a table for outer query means this table is having how many columns, guys? This table is having how many columns? Yes, three columns are there. So three columns are there. So one column is employee name column, one column is salary column, one column is and salary column. So that means this and salary is not a alias name. It is a column name for outer query. Outer query, how it was treated as here. Outer query, how it was treated as here. This and salary as name. It is a treat as column because this entire result will treat as a table. Table means, of course, and salary is a column name. It's not alias name. It's a column name. So here, this point is very important to observe. To understand this mechanism, careful observe. And salary is a column name. Okay, column name. And salary is a column name for okay, but and salary is a alias name for inner query. Is it correct? And salary is a column name for outer query, but this is alias name for inner query. Is it correct or not? Yes or no? Right. So this concept, understand all of you. This is important for us. So this is way it was working. So then I'm writing outer query now. Outer query, how query select star from offer, select ename sal into 12, and I'm saying here and sal, okay, from EMP. Okay, up to your careful option. Then I'm writing. Then after condition, what is the condition? Under where class and salary is greater than 25,000. And salary is greater than 25,000. Okay, now? Now see, you got it, huh? So 25,000 above salary employee details. We got it or not? Come on. Okay, now? Right. So this is what we called as here the advanced inline view. So inline views when we want to use means generally in your subquery statements where class is not allowed in your column alias names. So when we column alias names, if I want to use under where class condition, so their inline views are important for us. Okay, right. So now this is what now inline view the case. Okay. The purpose of inline view, understand now? Right. Next one, here observe. So now we want to see some pseudo columns we are going to be discussing guys here. Okay. So pseudo columns. So columns and what purpose we want to use. Again, first you need to understand what is pseudo column, how it was work, then how I'm using in the subqueries. Okay, now, right, the pseudo columns. So these are pseudo columns. Okay, in our Oracle, there are in the subquery statements, there are two types here. One is called as a row ID, and second one is called as what now? Row num. So these are the two types of pseudo columns we have: row ID and row num. So what is row ID and where I want to use this pseudo column, and what is row num, how to use. Okay, but generally what is pseudo column? What is pseudo column means, sir? Pseudo columns are just like your table columns. How the table columns it will be using under where class condition, okay, some data comparison purpose, writing of conditions purpose, how our columns are we are taking. Same as the pseudo columns also working like that. Okay, now? So that is what I'm saying here. These columns, these columns are just like columns, just like a table columns. Okay, how the table columns we are using, okay, same as a pseudo columns also we can use. So now let me see one by one I will discuss with you. The first one is called as a suppose row ID. So row ID pseudo column, okay, purpose is what? And when the people will be using this pseudo column in a real life application or real life application means here actually suppose in my database I'm going to create one table. Okay, fine. Now I'm creating one table, create table test serial number, and I'm taking the next one is varchar name also I'm taking. So table successfully created. After created this table, I'm going to insert few records into this table. Insert into test. For example, 1 comma a. Same 1 comma a second time, third time also I'm sending. Next one I will give it here 2 comma b. Okay, next time I'm sending here 3 comma c. Okay, now the same record one more time. Next I will next time, next time, next. Next, we are sending 5 comma E. Okay, fine. I just commit to say permanent purpose and finally come back to your test table. Okay, now carefully observe my question. And this is one of the interview question also. Now tell me guys, in this table, we have so many duplicates data, yes or no? We have a duplicate rows. Yes. So my requirement is what now? Our requirement is what now? I want to delete all duplicate rows. So 1A, 1A, 1A was there, 2B, 3C, 3C, 4D, 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 5E, 5E. So how many duplicate rows are there? A row data was there. That all duplicates data I want. Okay, so for example, here 1A, 1A, 1. So here 3 times it was repeated. Out of 3 times, 2 times repeated data I want to delete. Yes or no? If I delete this one, then finally I will get a single row. Understand or not? Next, 2B. 2B, there is no duplicate. So I want to keep 3. 4D. 4D again 2. This 2 I want to delete. 5B, I want to delete this. Okay, now. So that means what is my requirement? I want to delete all duplicate rows data. Whatever the duplicates are there, I want to delete from this table, and this table already having some duplicates. Okay, sir, I want to delete duplicate rows. Okay, then I'm writing delete from test where serial number is equals to 1. Suppose I'm writing. Guys, come on. Three rows are deleted. Yes or no? So if I execute, what is the problem here? If I'm executing here, okay, if I'm executing all this 1A, 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 the 3 rows are deleted. Okay, that is actually a problem here. But I want to delete 3 rows I want to delete, or only duplicate rows I want to delete. You want to delete 3 rows or only duplicates? So it is not possible, right? Now in the same pattern, suppose if I'm taking second column, name is equals to A. If I'm changing my condition, name is equals to A, can I fulfill my requirement? No, again, it is not possible. I can delete my duplicates, okay? Then I have to use a row IDs I want to use. So what is row ID? It means that, observe. So row ID is nothing but when we insert a new, insert a new row into a table, okay, internally, system is generating, system is generating a unique, identification, a unique identification address, a unique identification address for each row wise in a table, for each row wise in a table. Understand now? This is what it was happening. Okay, it will be generated. Now we can see generated or not. This is my table. Okay, this is my table. So now what I'm doing here, so already I inserted some records in this. So whenever I'm inserting some records, automatically, okay, some row identifications are created now. Yes, that I want to see, that I want to view it now. So how to write? How to write here also? Select, okay, row ID, okay, sorry, row ID, comma, what is this? Serial number, comma, name, from which table? Test table. So can you see guys here, for each and every row wise, for each, and this is my table actually, but each and every row wise, can you see internally system generating one row with unique identification address. Did you got it now? Identification address is generated, and every address is like this. See, it's a different. Like the last character you can see AA, AB, AC, AD, AE, AF, AG, AH, AI, AJ, AK. All are unique or duplicates. Do you have any duplicates here? Do you have any duplicates here? No. Every ID is a unique ID. Every ID is what now? So based on this row IDs, I want to delete. Okay. But how I can go here? Observe carefully. Suppose from this table, here row IDs are there. Suppose in this row ID, I want to take a maximum row ID, minimum row IDs I want to take. So whenever you want it maximum and minimum, okay, even though I can take like this. Select, suppose if I'm asking min of row ID from test table. So what is the minimum row ID in this? What do you expect? Minimum row ID. I'm asking row ID, row ID. Row ID is my column now. In this row ID, what is your minimum row ID? Min function I applied on what? Row ID column I was applied. Min function I was applied on what? Row ID. In row ID, which is minimum? What is your expectation minimum? A. Yes. Minimum is what now? A. Executed now. Row ID A. Got it? Got it, guys? Yes. And same as I can select the max row ID also. Max row ID also I can select this. What is the maximum row ID? Maximum row ID is a K. Okay, now. So very simple. I'm applying on row ID column. That's it. Already we discussed now max of salary, min of salary, same as here also. Okay. So max keyword is K, min row ID is A. Okay, na, in ABC. Okay, fine. So this is the way we can find out. Now what I want to do here, minimum maximum row IDs I'm taking from entire the table. Entire the table I'm taking. Okay, now entire the table I'm taking, right? So now what I want to do, I want to know maximum row ID from each serial number I want it. Can you tell me what I want to do if I want to find out the number of employees in each department wise? What we are using? Very good. Group by class we are using. So here also I'm using group by. Careful observe. If I'm using group by, here how many groups are forming on serial number? This is one group. Is a one. Three is a one group. 4 is a one group, 5. Okay. So 1A is a one group. 1A, 1A, 1A. Okay. Next group is what now? 2B. Next 3C, 3C. Next 4D, 4D, 4D. Next 5E. Okay, these are the groups. From each group, I need to take it out. I need to find out the maximum row ID. Tell me in 1A, maximum row ID what? Maximum row ID is what? C. In 2B, maximum row ID? D. In 3C, maximum row ID? F. In 4D, maximum row ID? I. In 5E, maximum row ID? K. These are maximum row IDs now. From each serial numbers, this is the maximum or not? Got it now? Yes. So first I need to get this maximum row IDs from each group of a serial number. Okay, fine. So now we can see how to get this and how I'm writing now. Okay. Select max of row ID, comma, serial number from test table, group by serial number. Now we can see. So got it now? Got it or not? From group of serial number, we taken maximum. So now we can see the maximum we taken or not. 1, maximum C. 2, maximum D. 3, maximum F. 4, maximum I. 5, maximum K. Okay, now? So these are what I'm saying here, maximum row IDs. These are maximum row IDs. So except these maximum row IDs, I want to delete remaining row IDs. Understand my concept? Except these maximum row IDs, I want to delete the remaining row IDs. So remaining row IDs means what it is here. I want to delete A, B. I want to delete. Here I want to delete E. In this, I want to delete here D, H. Okay. And I want to delete the J. Then what is left? C left, D left, F left, I left, K left. So then I will get, okay, got it. My duplicates are deleted. Okay, why the duplicates are deleted and how I'm deleted duplicates and remaining unique data I'm keeping in my table. Okay, now? Now we can see. So now I'm writing finally my query I'm writing now, subquery. Select star from, okay, test table where max of, okay, sorry, where max ID, sorry, where row ID, where row ID in of inner query. Select D. So here in means that all not in, except except means not in. Max of row ID from test table. So group by serial number. So here I'm using not in. I'm using what now, guys? Here not in. Not in means this inner query result is what now? This is inner query result. What is the result? C D, F, I, K. This is inner core result. So not in means except these. Not in means except these values. Remaining values I want to delete. 1 second, guys. Here I want to write a delete command, not select command. Delete from test. Where do I? So except not in means what now? Except your inner core result values, remaining will be deleted from the table. Okay, that is the main. That is the main. Now I execute. After execute, okay, fine. Then you can come back and see. Select a star from tester and observe. So guys, finally, your duplicates are we deleted successfully. Come on. Okay, now right. So now finally 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E. So we left this. And careful observe. If these are whatever the we left the rows in my table, those maximum row IDs, once check it out. Once check it out, is maximum row IDs. Select a row ID, comma, serial number, comma, name from test. So which one is left? Can you see this one is same left now? Yes or no? See which one is left? C, C. Okay, C, C, D, D, F, F, I, K, K. So these are left, remaining all are deleted. Got it my point now? So these are left, remaining all are deleted. So finally, we got it this. Okay, so this is what we called as a row ID. The purpose of row ID, how to delete max. So here I will take some examples now. So suppose some examples, if you take, you can use like this, select a row ID. If you want to see the row IDs of particular table, you can see. Otherwise, you need to get some row ID, minimum row ID, max row IDs also can apply. So take maximum row ID from EMP table. Same as you can go for selector. Okay, max of row IDs, we can take it out. So these are what simply. And now the mechanism is what to delete. Okay, multiple duplicate rows. Okay, except one duplicate row. Okay, from a table. So in this, this is one of the interview question also, very important for your interviews also. Okay, then we need to go for this. The first I will go for my table, whatever the table we created. This table I want to take first of all. So this is my example table. So this is one sample table I was taken. If it was there like, and we need to write some command on this table. So our command is what now? This is our command. And here I'm writing now solution. Okay, this is our row ID. Next one is called as what? Row num. What is row num? Here, observe carefully. And row num pseudo column when we want to use, in which kind of operations we want to use it. Okay. Row num is also, okay, it is one of the pseudo column here. And this pseudo column, okay, now, so when I apply this row num pseudo column, automatically each row wise your row, okay, now, the row numbers. When I use this row num, what it was happen, automatically it generates your row numbers on each row wise. Okay, for example, let me see. So I'm showing practically, then you can understand that. Suppose this is one of my table. This is one of my table. The total number of rows in table, 14 rows are there. This table, if I apply my row num, select row num, comma, e name from EMP table. So can you see whenever I use my row num pseudo column on this table, then each row wise, the row numbers are generated. You find out? See, these are called as row numbers. These are called as what now? Row numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like. Suppose the same table, if I want to apply another table, for example, another table, if it was a DEPT. Okay. So on this DEPT, if I apply row num, okay, comma, department name from DEPT table, then your row nums are generated. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 row nums are generated. Okay, so row num pseudo column is just for what now? To generating row numbers in a table. Okay, so what purpose it is? To generate row numbers. Okay, for each row wise. For each row wise in a table. Okay, that is the main purpose of this. And sir, by using of these row numbers, what we can do, sir? What we can do means, sir, by the help of this row num, okay, we can perform some kind of operations like, okay, so by using row num, we can perform top n operations, can perform top n, okay, or else nth operations, nth operations, okay, operations on a table. Understand now? So top n or nth, these operations, sir, I can perform by using of what now? Row. Okay, right. Top n. Suppose, for example, I wanted a top 5 rows, top 10 rows, top 3 rows. Okay, like in the same to same. I want to fetch nth position row. Nth position means a third position row or fifth position row or 20th position row. Okay, particular positions of rows. Okay, whenever you want it. So there we can use what now? Row now. Okay, so this is what. So, but here observe how it was generated. So same example, if I'm giving here normal example. So it was how it was select. Okay, row num, employee name from EMP table. So the row nums we can go to take it out. But here row num is not a permanent numbers. These are carefully observed. These are not a permanent numbers. So these are called as a temporary numbers. So based on query statement, automatically the row numbers are changed. But here row IDs are not changed. Row IDs are permanent. Okay, na? Row IDs is always permanent, but row numbers are not permanent. It is a temporary. Okay, now, for example, you can see if I was given row ID comma employee name from EMP table. So EMP table, I have a 14 rows here. Carefully observe. The row IDs are generated here. Okay, now row IDs are generated and some names. Suppose if I want ID e name from okay so and so job okay from EMP where job is equals to, for example, clerk I was given. So all clerks are come to us, and here Smith, Adams, okay, James Miller. Now, can you tell me here Smith? What is the row ID here? There here also same row ID. Can you see? Is there any changes here? Here Adams row ID. Here Adams ID. Okay, now is a Adams. Two times is there Adams? Here Adams 1%. Okay, now. So this is one. Actually, this person name we updated. One second, one second. This person name actually, what is the name actually in the original table? That name we updated actually. There is a reason that was showing like that. Okay, don't confuse. My Oracle demo tables, if you see, third person name is what? Ward. Ward. Okay, so now I want to change. Adams, Adams two times came out here. Third one is Ward. Okay. I will update. Actually, we updated that information. Okay. EMP set. E name is equals to Ward, where employee number is equals to what is employee number Ward 7521. Okay, right. I committed this now because actually what the original table information is that is what we changed as. Okay, right. After that, we can see row IDs from this EMP table. Okay, and along with I want to show you the names also. Okay, right. But if I'm changing my query condition, that means a query will be changed. Okay, job. And from EMP where job is equals to clerk. Okay. So now you can see Smith, whatever it was showing us, Smith, whatever it was showing us here, same ID and query will change. Same ID, query will change here. Same ID change. Adams will swing A, here also K. James will be showing AL, here also AL. Miller AN, Miller AN. So that means when I write like this, query will be changed, but IDs are, row IDs are what now? So what we called row IDs are called as a permanent IDs. On the table, your query can be write into any manner, but that row ID will be fixed. Okay, na? This is row ID we called as a permanent IDs we called. Row ID is called as what now? Permanent IDs we called. Okay, but come to here, row num you can check it out. If row num same as I'm taking employee name from EMP, so these are row num. Okay, na 1, 2, 3, 4 generated. But the same thing I little bit change. Okay, job, and from EMP where job is equals to, if I send clerk now, then you can see row numbers will changes here. The row numbers are changes or not? You can see here what it was showing to me. Smith is showing 1. Here 1. Okay, fine, no problem. And here Adams. Where is Adams? Adams here 11. But yes, showing 2. Next James showing, Miller showing 14. Here 4. So row numbers are whatever the row number is there. These row numbers are change. Row numbers are change. So changing means what now? These are not a permanent. These are called a temporary numbers. Based on your query, the row numbers are changing automatically. But here, row IDs will never change like this. Okay. So this point also, all of you keep it. Okay. So what is my point here? So I can say row num or else row numbers are temporary numbers, whereas row IDs are permanent. Okay, na? So this is should be remember. So row IDs are permanent, whereas row numbers are temporary. Okay. Now, okay. Then what I said here. Then what I said here. So row number, how I can use, what purpose we can use means top n purpose or nth operations purpose we want to use. Okay, na? Right. So this we will see top n and nth operations how it was working. That examples I will show you tomorrow. Okay, na? So tomorrow we will see what is top n